Today I'm in the Chiricahuas, and I'm going to be hiking from Rustler Park over to Snowshed Peak. On to Snowshed. Snowshed Peak or bust. I am going to keep heading towards Snowshed. So this hike is now called almost Snowshed Peak. I think you've figured out from this intro that I headed for Snowshed Peak and I didn't quite get to the tippy top. Fortunately, making it to a particular peak is never my main purpose on a hike. What's that saying? It's not the destination, but the journey that matters. That really speaks to me because I couldn't care less about where I end up. And hiking along the Crest Trail in the Chiricahuas is a great place to feel like this because you can end up just about anywhere. So for this hike, I'll start at the beginning and you can see how it all works out in the end. Today, I'm hiking from Rustler Park, 6.5 miles over to Snowshed Peak. They're small but tasty. That's Riggs Peak right up there, and you can kind of see a social trail through the grass heading up that way. But that is not my objective today. On to Snowshed.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, had to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong.
And this is Fly Peak.
Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket. Plain sight all along. I think it's time for me.
This steep junction is Salisbury Trail, which will take you down into Turkey Creek. But I'm staying on the Crest Trail, Snowshed Peak or bust. If I was a faster hiker, I would go up to Chiricahua Peak on my way over because you can just go over the peak and then down the other side. But it is a bit slower than staying on the Crest Trail, so on the Crest Trail I'll stay. Well, I would try to pick up this trail sign, but I don't know which direction I would need to point it in. At any rate, I am going to keep heading towards Snowshed. I'm finally on Snowshed Trail. I think the peak is right behind this giant rock. Something, I believe, is in a half mile. I'm hoping it's Snowshed Peak. So what I have is a little bit of dilemma. I planned for a 13-mile hike, about 6.5 miles each way. But Snowshed Peak is right up there. I just checked an app and it says it's another mile up there. Some of it's off trail or on a faint trail. That would put me at over 8 miles one way rather than 6.5. I just can't really afford to add another hour and a half to make it to that peak. So this hike is now called almost Snowshed Peak. I'm going to turn around, find some shade, have my lunch, and then head back. That's my plan. It was a smart decision to turn around when I did. All right, about 4.5 miles to go. All right, this will get me back. Now I'm taking the Long Park Trail down to Long Park, and then I'll take the Long Park Road back to Rustler Park. If either of these big pickup trucks comes driving down the road, I'll be putting my thumb out and asking for a ride back to my car. I won't hold my breath though. Snowshed Peak isn't going anywhere. I really hope you like this hike. All in all, it was 14 miles with 2,300 feet of elevation gain in one of the most beautiful and remote mountain ranges in Arizona. If you're looking for other hikes like this one, especially if you're more interested in your journey rather than your destination, click one of the links at the end of this video, and I think you'll find one that suits you. And I'll see you on the next hike.